I have officially made it halfway through my no buy year. Yes, we are halfway through July and I'm a little bit late, but I am here to recap June with you today. Honestly, I don't think the biggest change has been how much I've spent, but it's how much I think before I spend. I knew that this year wasn't technically about buying less. That is why when I started, I said, you might consider this a low buy, but I did know that my goal was to be more intentional. So, welcome in or welcome back. I am Kay. I talk about being more intentional, especially in my soft season journey where I'm being kinder with myself, gentler with my goals. This is my June no buy update, which also means it is the half year update of my no buy year. It turns out, have learned a lot more about myself and my habits than I expected. So, what did I actually buy? It was my daughter's birthday. We needed some last minute decorations and things for that. This was obviously allowed, planned. And after that was Father's Day, and I let my kids pick out something small for my husband. So, obviously allowed and planned for. But then I had a couple things that, upon reflection, I think truly show the heart of what this challenge is doing for me. So, first, I did get roped in from the Instagram ads for Medley Wine. This is not sponsored by them or anything, but they were, in fact, delicious wines. They are like no sugar, sulfite free, and they come in a bag. And because of that bag, there's about 4 bottles in one bag, and they last 45 days once opened, which is huge. You're not rushing to finish the bottle of wine before it goes bad. So I actually thought this would be fun for a party we were having. I ordered it, and guess what? It came at 8 p.m. the day of the party. So I didn't actually get to use it for the party. But I did end up for our July 4th party. I used it for that. I bought it because I thought it would make the celebration more fun. I thought it'd be more cost effective in the long run because if everyone didn't drink it, then I could save it for 45 days. It wasn't from boredom or impulsivity. I had been seeing it for a little while and then thought this is a perfect opportunity to try it out. And to me, that's a different motivation than just impulsively buying something that I've been sold on Instagram. Now, next, I bought Sour Boy gummies. This is a brand owned, curated, created by Oompaville. I wanted to support a creator on YouTube whose videos I genuinely enjoy. He does deep dives. Recently, he's been doing Antarctica, and I've run across a few about the Appalachian Trail. He also has a deep dive on different religions. They're long, intense videos. And I felt that just buying a few of his gummies, which by the way are gluten free, and that excited me, I was able to support this creator who genuinely gives me content that I enjoy watching. And for me, that means this is value based spending. This is not impulse spending. This is not last month where I went down that rabbit hole trying to find a type of candy that would match the texture of the Tums Chews. This was very intentional. Second to last, I bought this mama necklace. I broke my mama necklace about 2 years ago. Last year, I started seeing this one on the site, and I was like, one day I'm going to replace my mama necklace. It's been over a year of me looking at that. I didn't immediately replace my necklace when it broke, even though it was a daily wear necklace. I didn't impulsively go buy it just to have it. I waited, and a coupon came. When the coupon came, it felt like the right time to finally get the necklace basically at 50% off. I'd been thinking about it since it broke 2 years ago. I'd been looking at this necklace for a year, and it was time. I didn't buy it out of necessity. I bought it out of intentionality. And now lastly, my standing desk. This was not something I could save up for, not something I pre-planned, not something that I would call impulsive, but it definitely was a last minute purchase because my mom surprised me with my Amazon gift cards towards my walking pad for my birthday. And I waited until Prime Week, which is the very end. It was like June 27th or something, to get the best deal on the walking pad. While I was there, I added the standing desk because if you haven't seen it, I just posted a few videos back, my Living the Shift video, where I have started a new 6-week challenge. I am now in week 3 of living out, implementing a new health and wellness routine in my life to share the coaching framework that I use with my one-on-one clients. Because if I'm sharing my messy middle, maybe you won't feel so vulnerable sharing yours. But that requires me to walk 10 minutes a day. So I got a walking pad from my mom. And while I was there, just thinking about it, everyone that I've seen with a walking pad has a standing desk. And thus far, I have been so happy to have this standing desk. Yes, it was over budget for what the Amazon gift card was, but I have been using that almost every day. I'd say 90% of my walks on the walking pad, I use the standing desk. For me, this is not another gadget. This is not another office thing that just takes up space. This is actually solving a problem. I work on my computer, I answer emails, I plan content. It has been so nice to have. And it seems like the best purchases that I made this year, just like the standing desk for my walking pad, are ones that I barely have to convince myself to use. They are a natural flow into my life because I am being very intentional about what I'm bringing into my life. I know this is a no-buy video, so there is absolutely no pressure, but I will link the walking pad and the desk and things down below because it truly has changed my life to the point that I am getting at least 10,000 steps by noon every day. I used to be someone who was getting 4,000 to 5,000 steps, and I'm going to talk about this more in my halfway video for my Living the Shift framework that I'm doing. But I have been just really proud and overwhelmed by how quickly I have felt the change from getting in daily movement. So absolutely, again, no pressure. Now, I figured I would do a really quick recap of just the last 6 months and what I noticed. And I'm going to keep this very quick. You can always go back and watch any of the videos. They're all in a playlist if you want to get to the nitty gritty of what I did each month. Basically, January was getting used to it. I had the motivation. I still had that high of this is new and it's easy to not spend. But then we got into February. February, I spent a lot of time noticing impulse buys, noticing that I just grabbed something because I was used to being able to just purchase it quickly. March is when I realized that my gray areas needed rules, like courses and business things, because I was putting business spending on this separate tab in my brain when really it's all related to what's cluttering my mind, cluttering my desk. Then April, we hit the little snag where I realized that when things pass my contentment filter, then the whole purchase went through automatically and I had to stop and still question every single item in the cart. So then in May, I was in this kind of frame of mind of not asking, do I want to buy this? But does this deserve the space it takes up? I thought more deeply about the fact that each item I was buying was taking up space in my house. And as I was decluttering, did this make sense? So now we get to June and it feels like this is the month that I finally started trusting myself. I'm waiting, I'm thinking, I'm coming back to items. Yes, I still have my Amazon save for later list, but there's so much less of that because I'm buying less emotionally. I'm buying more deliberately. I am putting this frame of intention behind everything I look at now. So overall, has this no buy worked like I thought it would? My answer is yes. Not because I didn't buy anything, but because I am not thinking about purchases the same way anymore. And we are only halfway through the year. I'm not panic buying. I'm not rushing. I'm asking better questions like, when am I using this? How am I using this? What is that exact date, time, and purpose? Generally, when I purchase something and it comes to the house, I know exactly why I bought it. The person I was in February would have bought the item and reflected on it later, but now I'm reflecting first and then deciding if it's worth it to buy it. And sometimes I'm not buying it. Actually, I'd say more than sometimes. Most of the time, I'm not buying it anymore. So moving into the second half of the year, moving into July, I'm becoming much more aligned with what my life actually needs. And I'm not starting over. I'm not introducing a ton of huge new rules for my third quarter. but I am going to be building on everything that I'm learning about myself. And on top of everything that I've been learning and all the ways that I'm not buying, I think for the second half of the year, I also want to focus on growing my savings more intentionally. Because if I'm not buying all of this stuff, yes, groceries are so expensive. We are still trying to do things with my kids. We have a few expenses and vacations still coming up. But what if I can just start saving some of the money I'm no longer impulsively spending? I started this 2026 no buy thinking that the challenge would be about buying less, just overall not filling my home with stuff. But 6 months later, it turns out that it's pretty much an entire identity shift. I am becoming someone who buys differently. And honestly, I think that is a bigger win than even just adding up how much I have spent each month. Thank you so much for being here for my update and my recap, and I will see you for the July video.